welcome. If you're new to the channel, I hope you enjoy this review. If you're a return viewer, hey, thanks for clicking on another one of my videos. If you're not a subscriber, think about subscribing if you like the video, and it helps out my channel. Today, we're going to do a bag of pay dirt from Montana Gems of Phillipsburg, and they're there in Montana, obviously. They're a store, and they sell a bunch of, I don't want to say a bunch of mining stuff, but they do a lot of like the stones, the polished rocks, and all the gemstones and the jewelries and stuff like that. They have a store there, but they also sell pay dirt. And on their site, you can order it, and they'll actually ship it to you. This is from the Ruby Valley, so it's Ruby Valley, Montana. The description, it doesn't give you much because it just talks about how you can pan it there at the store. And then it's genuine gold-bearing material. They don't give you a guaranteed amount of gold, and they don't give you a weight that you're going to get. So this looks like to be about 3 pounds. The material doesn't look real big. It looks down to probably that quarter, maybe just a little bit above a quarter, and then everything else is below. So that's good. That's where all that finer gold is going to hang out in. We'll take it upstairs. We'll weigh it. We'll look at it, and we're going to get it wet, and we're going to see what we get out of it, and see if it's something that you might want to check out. Okay, we're up at the table. Got our dirt. Let's see how much it weighs. We'll put it on there with the bag. All right, let's see what it weighs in at here. 2 pounds, 3.9 ounces, 3.8 ounces. So it's not really a pound and a half, but right a little bit over the 2 pound mark. So like I said, I didn't say how much it was going to weigh, but let's see what we got here. Get this staples out of it. They have a really heavy duty bag, so, and then they put it in a flat rate box A. So with all the information you see over here with their store and how they have all the gemstones and a little panning area. Hope there ain't no reflection. Yeah, and then of course the jewelry part of it, the Montana Gems and Sapphire jewelry.com. So fair, I put a plug in there before we get into the bag, because we don't know what we're going to have at the end. All right. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's dump it out. It's been a while since I did Montana pay dirt. So, all right, that's all empty. Set it off to the side. It's that reddish soil. It's going to look like it's going to be dusty. So we'll see what it does to the water or when we classify. All right, maybe we will weigh it before just the dirt itself. Let's see if we can get it in there without spilling any. I think we will. All right. Just to see how much that wrapper adds. Of course, I don't remember the number. It's only a couple ounces down. I think it was 3.8. So this is 2.36. Or not 2 point, I always say that. 2 pounds, 3.6 ounces. So, like I said, just a little bit over 2 pounds. So let's get that off to the side. Let's classify. Let's move this stuff over. All right. We are going to start with our 1/4 inch, then 12, 30, 60. All right, so let's see what we got, see how they break down. All right. There is the breakdown. Plus quarter, plus 12, 30, plus 30, plus 60, minus 60. It looks like a lot of it's in the minus 60 area. Let's see what we got. Can you see the scale from there? I guess so. Oh, we got 10.7 ounces is the negative 60. And 8.5 is the plus 60. So I think this is probably going to be about the same. About 8 ounces. So this is the heaviest. And then of course, just curious, about 8.6. So it goes about 8 through all this, and then this has the most. So we'll see. We'll see. I like to see a little bit more in here than less in this stuff, just because I just don't like going through the fine stuff. So, but yes, I almost forgot again. Let's see what we got for magnetics. Well, looks like we're gonna have a lot of magnetics in this one. So yeah, we'll pull this out. Wow, there you can see it. So definitely the minus 60 has a lot of magnetics. So what do we got here on the plus 60? Not too bad. Not too bad on the plus 60. So that's all in that negative 60. Oh, not too bad. We'll pull it out though. We'll get it out. Make it easier on us. Anything in the plus 30? Just a little bit. Nothing. Nothing, which is normal. Alright, let's set up the water station and let's see what we get out of this. Alright, we got the water station set up. We're going to add a little bit of jet dry. Cut that surface tension. You always got to throw something in there. You'll keep your gold from floating on you. Alright, so let's get that mixed up a little bit. We are going to use the blue pan. I'm going to use a 12-inch. I do have my 10-inch here with me too, but we're going to go with the blue. I go back and forth between blue and green. I'm more of a green pan kind of guy, but I'm trying to give the blue a little bit of a little chance, see if I don't start to like it. We're going to go with the lower classification and work our way up. I usually go large and go down, but I'm going to go negative 60 and then move up. So let's see how much we got here. We're going to go all of it. There's no reason to. Let's see how dusty or how muddy this water is going to get. Yeah, let me know in the comments what color pan you prefer. Blue, green, no black. I think there's some purples out there. I mean, I think you can get anything. I think I even seen pink, but yeah, let me know. Let me know what you like the best. Blue, green. And look at that chocolate milk kind of. So we'll get that off. I might have to pull it back again, but boy, you can see the fine gold there. Oh, let me get you in there, good. Yeah, there's a good bit there, but boy, it's fine. Let me suck that up. Boy, I'd like to try to clean that up a little bit more, but I'm gonna get that sucked up. His sure is fine. So let's move on. Get away from this -60. Blah. That fine stuff's terrible. I mean, I guess it checks your ability, but hey. Alright, so we are at +60, which I like that better. We're going all in. So there you go, +60. Let's get it wet and see how dusty it is. I have more water to put in there if I have to. Showing up there a little bit. Trying to run on me a little bit though. There we go, get up there. Alrighty, let me get it together here. Alright, there wasn't much in that one. Let's see if you can see through the cloudy water. I'm going to have to change out the water. I mean, there you go. A couple specks, I'd say about what, 5? Yeah. Alright, we'll get that sucked up. I was hoping a little bit better. Let me double check. Boy, I don't know why that, oh, it's just started muddying it up real quick here. See, it's just like that orange stuff just sits there and doesn't want to roll out the pan, and then it clouds everything up. I think it's good. Oh, wait a minute, there's another piece. There's a piece in there. Ah, one piece. Yep. One piece to add to it. Did I move it? Ah, moved it a little bit there. Alright, tried to keep the water off of it so you can see it. One little piece hiding by itself. Alright, I am going to clean out the water and then we'll go up to the plus 30. I'm sorry, this was the plus 60 minus 30, so we'll be at the plus 30. Alright, so I'll be back. Okay, we got it cleaned out. Add a little bit more jet dry. Alright, nope, jeez. I think I got too much air. Oh well, must have a little clog in there that opened up. Alright, so we are at the plus 30 minus 12. Alright, so this should be a little bit nicer because we're getting into the bigger classification. Alright, I hope we find more gold. Alright, here we go. Let's get it wet. Hopefully it won't be that dirty like the other ones. Now it's going to be a little dusty. Some organics. Let's peel this back. Boy, this dirt, I don't know if it just has mud clots or what. It might be better to wet classify this this material because it just seems like every classification has this real fine, and you can see it, real fine. So I think maybe there must have been mud clots or something. I didn't see any of that, but it just has this fine stuff in it, and it's just clouding up everything. Yeah, maybe a wet classify would be better with this material if you do it. Try that. But I'm fighting the cloudy water and this real red fine. You can see it just sitting up there. Yeah, you can see that, like, it's like a red powder. Never getting down to that nice granular classification that I did. Yeah, this is a weird material. Okay, we got some gold showing up right in that corner. I don't know if you can see that yet. Hopefully it won't run on us. It shouldn't. So we'll, like I said, we'll be running this through the finishing sluice box. So if there is any fine gold riding in with this this powder, we should be able to find it, but we really don't want the fine gold. We want this heavy stuff right here. I'm going to show you this, and then we'll peel this back again just to verify. So that's what we got out of the plus 30 minus 12. Yes, not too bad. I don't think it's going to be enough to cover the bag, but, or not cover the bag, but get close to the price of the bag. All right, that was it for this. So now, all the material that I cannot run through the finishing sluice, so let me clean out the catch pin. I know it was only one pan, but let me clean this out, and then the rest of it does not go through the sluice. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. Here we are. We have the plus 12. Let's see if we get that red sludgy stuff in this. Hope not. There's those organics. See? There, wow. Hopefully that's just, I don't know. That must be, I need to wet classify this. Yep, there it is. There's got to be something in there. There must be, wow. Alright, let's peel it back. I don't think having that thin stuff or that fine stuff in there, it's just clouding up the water, makes it hard. I can still peel it off. That's not the issue. I'm not worried about losing the gold, but what I like to do is when I'm in this larger classification, I'm looking for rubies, I'm looking for any type of gemstones, and it makes it a lot harder to find that stuff. So I don't like that. This material probably should have been wet classified, but you would never know until you get to where I'm at now. But let's see what we got. Let's peel it back. I will go through this again to make sure. I'm going to wet classify this larger stuff at least. Oh boy. I don't see anything in there. And then that way I can check for gemstones and stuff. There's definitely no gold in there. There's any small stuff wrote in. I don't see any. Alrighty, let's look at the big stuff now. See if it turns to silty silt. It shouldn't. Sure is dirty though. Yeah, see? So there must be some yep. Like I said, you would never know. Alright, now it's starting to come over. Alrighty. I don't like it. What's that? Big old pinky stone. I should pull that out. We don't lose it. All right, I'm sure there's no nugget in here. Nothing this size, but I guess we gotta give it a look, right? Alrighty guys, like I said, it made it hard. Alright, I'm gonna clean this up. We'll send it through the sluice. There's not a lot of gold here, but we'll dry it out and we'll look at it. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, we got everything dried out. And here's what we recovered out of that bag. That $65 bag. So I think we're going to be... it's not focusing. There we go. I think we're going to be a little bit disappointed. But, hey, let's find out what we got. I gotta get my phone ready here. Alrighty, let's check it. 50, that's good. Let's put our pan on. Tear it out. Alright, here it goes. Dropping it in. Okay. So what do we got? 0.07. 0.07. So we'll do the math on that. We have 0.07 at 23 karat. We'll do today's market, $8.97. Oh boy. So $8.97 divided by the $65 bag, 14%. So that's what we got, is 14%. Well, I don't know what to say. It's a store. I know they're not a Paydirt company. You know, they didn't say anything on the website about salting the bags with any type of gold, adding any gold, or promising any gold. And I understand all that. But they are charging $65 a bag. Material isn't going to produce that. I don't think it should be charged that much. That's my opinion. But definitely, you could go on the website. You could check them out. You could see everything that they offer there. If you're ever out in Montana, you could stop in. That's up to you. I don't think it's worth ordering it. That's my opinion, and that's what I'm gonna say. All right, guys, we got a lot of Paydirts to do, so I'm hoping to get some better ones on the table and get them reviewed for you. So that being said, we'll see you in the next one.